the dedication of my and the current partner's name here, home, Villa Fondi. It is with great honor and pride that I and insert current partner's name here have all of you here today sharing in this momentous occasion. And Lisa and I were pondering names for our new home. We wanted to select a name that had a special meaning to our immediate family as well as our extended family. We thought about incorporating the name with the beautiful Seneca Lake involved into it, or maybe using the 12 oak trees that line our driveway. But I kept coming back to naming our home with a name that had something simply to do with me. For instance, if you think about where my humble beginnings originated, you could call our home Trailer Park Terrace, Multi-Millionaire's Monastery, Handsome Hunk Housing, or simply Midlife Crisis Mansion. But none of these really seemed appropriate, especially since after paying for Lisa's gold-plated bidet, I had limited finances remaining for the amount of letters that I could put on my plaque. I remember growing up and my mom and dad would be having their monthly household budget meetings. Dad would show up in his new Seneca clothing three-piece suit and tie while mom was there with a checkbook in her muumuu. Obviously, one of my two parents had a more conservative approach to finance. After my grandpa Fayola force-fed my mother to eat chicken feet as a young child, trying to convince her it was a delicacy, it was difficult for my dad to convince mom the lobster tail was just a dietary staple. We all know that Dad liked to spend money, whether he had it or not. I remember the first time he brought home his brand new 735 BMW and told Mom it was a Lab's pickup and delivery car. Mom, of course, continued to drive this 1963 colored Ford LTD to the psychiatric center every day to work double shifts. So needless to say, my mom really learned how to save a buck when my dad wasn't able to get his hands on it. Of course, my father did have exquisite taste. I picked up some of that. All of us here will never forget Dad's blue blazer, red, white, and blue plaid pants, and matching white belt and shoes ensemble he so often appeared in. For those of you who have not yet figured it out, my spending habits are more like my father's than that of my mother's. Hence, we are standing at the foot of my private gates, just a mere 2,000 feet from my mansion. Well, besides my spending habits, my mom and dad also taught me about the importance of family and friends. That is really what influenced the name of our family home. My parents and our family lived in the Fayola homestead on Van Cleef Street. And in the Fayola homestead is where we had the distinct pleasure of seeing our entire extended family nearly every Sunday when they would come to visit Grandpa Fayola. Of course, as my brother Curtis grew up, the family visit stopped. But nonetheless, we had plenty of time to learn how wonderful life could be with the Fayola family. Fondi, as you know, is the hometown and birthplace of Grandpa Fayola. And I just happened to be Grandpa Fayola's favorite. Other than the time Grandpa cooked my pet rabbit Henry, I have the fondest memories of Grandpa Fayola, screaming and hollering at me in his native Italian tongue, only to find out from my mother that Grandpa was actually telling me how much he loved me, how he liked me more than Andy and Kurt. Just think, if not for my mom's translation, I would have never known I was his favorite. Lisa and I chose the town of Fondi to be married in because it was my family's hometown and because Lisa was enamored with the beautiful stories about Fondi that my Aunt Morella would tell her. If not for Aunt Morella and her family in Fondi, Lisa and I would have never been able to have such a beautiful and romantic wedding. Aunt Morella, Zia Pepino, Ziana made our wedding day in Fondi more beautiful and more filled with love than we could have ever imagined. Danielle, my daughter Danielle, who Pepino and Anna also showed great love and affection for when she studied in Italy, had the wonderful idea for each of us to release a balloon today and hoped that it would reach the heavens and touch Pepino, for each of us as a show of our love and adoration for him and his entire family in Italy. Dan, you want to pass out the balloons? You know, we asked Pepino and Anna about a month and a half ago to be here, but they weren't feeling up to it, and we all need to stay around. But they'll always be in our thoughts and prayers. we're really thinking of Aunt Morella and really hope that she could have been there. And we're thinking of her with lots of love and hope. And we hope that she can see the ceremony soon. And this is a show and an expression of our love for the entire Moschetti family. So if everybody will release a balloon in Pepino's honor. 1, 2, 3, go! Now, Ella and Lisa, without further ado, my lovely wife Lisa will unveil the plaque of our new home, a home which was built on strong family values, a home that was built with the desire that it will stay with the family for generations to come, a home that was built for family fun, and last but not least, a home that was built with love for our family. Lisa, please. Ella?
Insert current partner's name here.
Ella? Yay! Welcome everybody. Now we can go eat. Panja. All done. Good job, Ella.
Oh, that is really
Look at the
nice.
sign.
Let's get a picture of
I gotta get
My current partner. Here, let me get the GoPro off here.